Hi tribe, welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if this is your first time. Thanks for hitting that button to check this video out and to see what the therapy of planning is all about. Okay, so today it's a Sunday, and just getting everything ready for the week ahead. And I'm just gonna share in a little planner chat today some of the things that's been on my mind. Of course, the season is getting ready to change. Can't believe we're getting ready to hit that fall season again. Now, don't get me wrong, I love fall. I love my sweaters, my boots, and just, that cozy feel of fall. It doesn't get super, super cold here where I am, but definitely I enjoy just the little bit of cool down that fall brings. I love the holidays. In a season of time right now where I'm not like heavily celebrating, like when kids were small, there was Halloween, taking them trick-or-treating, Thanksgiving, lots of food to prepare and people coming by, and Christmas, the same, and gifting the kids. Now they're grown people, so, things are a little different, but I still do enjoy the season, and definitely I enjoy the cool down. So I'm looking forward to the transition, but like every season that we transition between, new stuff comes out. The planner community is saturated with all the different stickers and all the different planners, and there's a lot of other planners and influencers in the community who have shared about sometimes it being overwhelming. Don't get me wrong, because I love my planners and I love my stickers, but it just can be a lot. And when I first came in, I fell way down the rabbit hole. So that means, as I've said many a time before, I have a lot of stuff. Every time I come in this space that I have to plan in, I try to work on organizing and straightening up. And one of the key factors, as in any time you want to organize and clean up and, get things in a much better working space, you have to stop bringing things in. You can't put away and organize what you already have when you constantly are bringing more things in. So, to that end, I've really been trying to do a low buy. I will not lie to myself and say that I'm going to do a no buy, but I am really going to slow way down because I have so much. And now I feel like I can enjoy it more because I know when I'm setting up a spread, I know I have certain things and I can look through, and every time I'm looking through, I'm like, oh, I have this, oh, I like that. And I can just enjoy what I already have. And when I'm looking at how much I have, I'm like, there's no way that I need to bring in more. Like, when would I get to use it? There's just, not enough time to use all these stickers. And then in sticker books, I find that there's lots of stickers that I will use, but there's also lots that I won't. So I want to get to the point that I can maybe take those sheets out or destash those books once I've used the stickers that I want to use, or maybe I'll find a way to pull out the ones that I know that I'll use going forward and, give away the rest. But either way, bringing in more stuff is just not a good idea. I need to be really intentional and purposeful, and I have one sticker book right now in my mind that I want to get, but it's just that one. I don't need to get all the fall sticker books because as much as I love all the ones that are out there, I just don't need them. I can't possibly use them all. If you're an influencer that does planning, almost, pretty much for a living, and you're making tons of spreads, then it's a little different, But I'm really making spreads for my own personal use. I'm sharing them because I just enjoy sharing with the community. And so, but I'm not making them for everybody else, to show people what a spread can be. I'm making them to use. So how many stickers? Really, be honest, Janice. How many stickers are you going to use? So I'm just slowing way down. I'm just working on enjoying what I have, and using what I have. So I am keeping in mind too, what do I want to do for 2024? So most of the things that I have will stay the same because it's really about what are your needs, right? I think there are several planners out here who have helped us walk through trying to figure out what planners we need. So I know I definitely, number one, want some place to write prayers in. I want to read scripture every day. I like writing it down because most of us that are here know that, writing is therapeutic. It helps us get feelings out onto paper. It also, when we write, helps us really kind of go deeper with what we've read. So I love having a prayer journal, and right now I'm using the Hobonichi, and I've shared before that I love that I found a use for the Hobonichi because I have loved the Hobonichi, but it was a lot for personal use and for I'm a little stuck here, for personal use or for work. It was like I didn't need both weekly and daily, or I didn't need so much space in both. I just needed a little of each, and so it was a lot, and I felt discouraged because I really loved the book. But when I found a way to use it for my prayer journal, it's been awesome. I really haven't done anything because as you know, well, I have an Avec, so I changed it out for July, and I really haven't set up like inside of here, because as much as I love to decorate, there's limited amount of time. So if we're using our journals to put our ideas on paper, our feelings on paper, then we have to have the time to do that. So I don't want to spend all my time decorating. I just gotta, sometimes pace myself, make sure that I'm not trying to use more than I need. So I didn't get a chance yet to sit down, or I haven't even really decided to, because I kind of feel like this is more of a permanent space. I don't know how to explain that, but I still have to work on getting that set up. Anyway, this was this week, and what I do is here in the monthly, I just put down the scripture, and then I go here to the weekly, and as you can see, I will lots of times change the layout and put down that scripture. Okay, and you can see I have a couple of different ways I do it. Sometimes I just go like this and make the vertical horizontal, and sometimes I do this style, and then other times back to here. So I think for next week I have it set up horizontal. So yeah, that's where I put down the scripture, and then I just write prayers out in the dailies. And some days I miss. I don't get right every day. I do read my scriptures every day, but I don't always write, and so I have some blank pages. And at first I was, kind of upset about that, but then I realized I'm just going to use those for either a power scripture or page, I guess you can call it a power sheet, like Kenya calls it a power sheet she'll make. And sometimes I just write down a prayer that I read somewhere that really resonated with me, or I just decorate the page. So I am not real concerned about if I do miss. I mean, if we put that pressure on ourselves to do that every day, like there's got to be a time where you could miss. You can't I wouldn't think it'd be kind of reasonable to expect that you would never miss a day of doing something. Sometimes you might not feel well, or it just gets really crazy busy, or something unexpected comes up. And so you have to give yourself grace for that. You can't always have everything, perfectly filled out. And I think it's good to be okay with that. So that's that. This is a Galen leather cover, which I thought at one point, I need to clean this up, I wasn't going to be able to use because it has these extra spaces here, like to put your pens and stuff, but then it makes it really bulky. So it fits okay with just this one book. So if you try to do anything thicker or more than this, then these pens might not fit. I do use the Fix-On pens. I'm not a pen connoisseur, only because I need to erase. And I love that I can erase. I love that I have all the different colors, and so I pretty much stay right there. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of ink and the different pens that they have available, and that'd just be a whole nother thing that I could see myself falling down the rabbit hole with. So I stick with that. I'm really happy with that. I have a few of these with the 4 different colors, and you can just refill them, and I'm really happy with that. And then these ones that I had in here were a 0.05, but this one is a 0.07, so nice. Oh, I'm sorry, the other way around. This is a 0.05, and the other ones inside here are the 07s. And because this book stays home, it's easy for me to keep all those pens in there, whereas this might come out with me. So if you've been here before, you've seen this cover before. This is a cover by Kikuyo, and I love it because it has 3 different places that I can put a notebook by having this extra flap right here. And so I have put this together. I used it for a while. I was having my A5 Stalogy in here and using it as a for my personal, but recently I switched up and I decided to just use my A5 for just notes for my business. And then I have this Take a Note, I think, is this year's? I don't remember. Yeah, I think this is this year's. So I got it, for last year to use for this year, and I was so excited because I really do love this. I love the paper, I love the setup. And then I changed my mind about using it for work is what I was going to use it for, because I went back to my half letter. Can't remember at the moment what prompted that, but I'm very happy that I did that. But I still love this Take a Note. So I decided now that I need something, make it to a blank page, that I need something that is going to have the times, because for business purposes I wanted to be able to write down appointments. So as I start taking on clients, I want to be able to put in their appointment time. And then I figured that over here, like I did, let's see, I was just going to put some washi tape over that and put my to-dos, because I want to be keeping on top of when I post videos for the therapy planning, or for things that I need to do or research or look up or work on for my business, because I'm a fledgling, and so there's lots of different things to do to help my business grow and start flushing out and developing. So I am using this for that. So these two are in here. I just ended up adding this in the back because this is something that I was writing notes in, and so to keep those notes with me, I'm gonna pretty much keep this for a specific program that I'm working my way through, and I had the space for it, so I just put this in here. This is from Erin Condren, Disbelieve. But yeah, so there's that. It has pockets here. Oh, and actually there's even, I even put one of these in the back because, again, this was something I started writing in for a project that I'm working on, and so I wanted to just keep it in here. And so it fits nicely in here. It's a little bit of overhang from this, and I might tinker with that a little bit, but otherwise this works really great for just keeping with me as a notebook for notes and to keep track of appointments for my business. So that is not really just added on, but I kind of really settled into this. I was tinkering around trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and as I said, I was using this for my personal, and I actually had it, this whole thing, in another Notique cover, and so that's what I was using. It was really bulky. Didn't really mind that it was that bulky, but I think that sometimes the things that we love flush out. So I'll show you in a minute what I'm using for personal. And then I did have to do a little bit of work on my work planner, so I figured I'd do that here with you. Last month I changed to this cover, and I just keep the collection of Jane Jordana's covers because I do have a subscription, and I think I passed for the August, yeah, I passed for the August month, but I'm looking forward to getting September's because I just, like I said, I had to just slow it down, just besides, you know, budget purposes, also I just have a lot, and it's like you just can't use it all, you know what I'm saying, like, and enjoy it all. So I'm keeping this for this month. I really love that, but I realized that it is time to pull June out because I always keep the month, the prior month, the current month, and the next month, and now it is time to add September. I also wanted to add a few of these daily sheets because it was a few days that I had multiple things going on at a certain time, and I really wanted to be cognizant of that. And what I'm using right now is let's go back here to the end of the month to a clean sheet. I am using, well, oh, that's July. Okay. Here we go. August. Where are you? Last week. Okay, here. So I am using these cloth and paper inserts, which I love. I love this vertical, slight horizontal, that box. I love the box. It's a little bit more rectangular, but I love the space. And what I do here is write down the things that happened during the day. Like I'm keeping record of the different things at work that happened, what I was doing that day, what area I was working in, and it has a small space for a to-do list. But I just noticed, like I said, that there was a few days recently that I had multiple things. So if that comes to be the case, then I want to be able to put this in here. And I like this because it has front and back, because I don't need a ton of space, but I just want to be able to highlight the things I have at the time rather than writing the time in here. I just want to leave this for the things that happened during the day and leave this for things, appointments or things that are coming up during the day. So I had to add last week, somewhere in here, I added a sheet that was a tool daily sheet, but the tool daily sheet, sorry, I'm trying to find it, this one, the tool daily sheet has just a whole bunch of space for notes. So if you're a daily sheet, if you use a sheet per day, I should say, then this is great, you know, if you need all the space for notes each day. But I just needed this timeline for the moment. It would even be good to, and somebody probably has a half sheet with just the time on it. That would really be great, because I don't so much need a to-do. I got the to-dos over here, and maybe I might need priorities or what have you, but I really didn't want to waste this whole thing. So I remembered that I had these that I got from an Etsy shop. I'm not sure which one now. It's been a minute. But these had the front and the back. So I didn't have to, you know, maybe just waste this whole back page. And hopefully I would, you know, if I can just still move this over to the next week if I didn't use both sides. If I only needed one day that was really busy, then I could just take this out and move it to the next week. So I'm just going to put a few of these back here is where I keep them. See, here's the tool ones. I only have a few pages of it, so I'll just leave it. But I'm gonna add these. Oops. Okay. And okay. Yeah, just about 4 or 5 of them, just in case, because you know, every week I don't really have to do anything in here because I don't decorate in here. So if I need to add some more, I can. So I just want to keep a few with me. And like I said, I'm going to take out June. Okay. And I have a place where I keep these used sheets. Oh, and you can see that I had some half sheet inserts for to do. Okay, so now we want to add September. Okay. I guess I'll put this right here. So what I do is I have this book that I keep the used sheets in so that I end up with the whole year. I didn't start this until midway through the year. So let's see. This is May. Okay, so let me put June in here. And I think I'm just keeping the paper in here, not the divider. And then I need to find September. It's October. Okay, here we go. Alright, so here's September. Okay, now this is cloth paper, the cover, and I really love how this is set up, that I can just take 1 month at a time. It's not back to back with the divider, so I'm not forced to do anything. Everything is separated. I got a monthly here as well, and then the month. I'm not a huge fan of black and white. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that either. I like black and white, but it's not like what I would pick for my divider. But I love these inserts, so that's what it came with. Now, I don't have something for September because the September box didn't come yet. So I'm going to probably take this out and leave this in here. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna use this for my September dashboard, and I will also have to put this in here. And these aren't new, like next year I'll already have these, you know, done, so I'll be able to not have to set them up, but I still have to add September on there. And I'll put this back in here. Anyway, I'm going to do that later off camera. as part of my cleanup. Okay, and that's really it. Like I said, I'll have to put September there, so I'll do that off camera. And I also I'll just wait to get my subscription box, and I will then put, usually there's something that says a month in the box, so I'll put that in there then. But other than that, that's really it for my work planner. As you guys know, I have the monthly. One thing I did change was I put the current month in the front, so that I can always go right to that. And then, but I did keep all the months with me. I just put them behind. So as each month ends, I'll put it in the back. So that way, if I have to look for information, looks like I kind of messed this up. Did I? No. 6, 7, right, and then 8 will go back here. So if I need to go back to remember something or look when something happened, I can. But at least when I come back here, I can come to the current month first. Okay, so that's that. I have this little card insert in here. I think I got this. I think this is a Tool. I think this is from Tool, a folder to just throw some things in. And then I've got note paper. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I also have this, if you haven't seen this book before, that I slid in here, was able to fit, and it's just to keep more detailed notes. Like if some specific event happens at work that I really need to be very detail oriented about and write a narrative about, that's what goes in here. Okay, so that's work. Alright, and not to keep you guys forever and ever, a little bit quicker. This is my personal planner, and if you saw my last video, cut down my A5 common planner to standard size. I have cut down Stalogy's to standard size, and this was last year I did this, and I found that I really loved it. I really enjoyed the space in here and the compactness to carry. Of course, it got very thick, but I really loved it. When I first discovered the Traveler's Notebook, I really fell in love with that. And then so many other things, it was like Squirrel, ooh, A5 Stalogy, ooh, B6, all these different things caught my attention and kind of pulled me away. But at the end of the day, I love this. I do travel, not a ton, but just enough that when I travel, I want to be able to take my planner, and I don't want to feel like it is so big, bulky, and weighty that it's overwhelming to carry it with me. So I've been places where I left my planner because it was a lot. I left my planner home, and then I was like, oh, I need to know this date. Oh, I need to put this in here. So I tried carrying something separate just for travel, just so I can write things down. That's not a bad idea either, but I love the fact that I can have this with me. And if there's work specific things, because I probably wouldn't carry my work with me, then I can just put a note in here and add it to my work planner when I come back. But remember, my work planner is mostly about what happened. The monthly, of course, is for things that are going to happen, things that are upcoming, future planning, but I can just make a note of that and put it into the planner when I get back. So yeah, and then I am trying to also use my phone so that when I'm going somewhere, if I'm like, oh, when was the date for that, I can at least look at my phone, and I don't have to have my work planner with me, because primarily the work planner is really about the things that are happening each day and keeping record of them. So this is the half year. So this is what it looks like. I was cool doing this because I ordered for 2024 the standard size planner, common planner, and I just couldn't wait to be able to use it. So I just went with cutting this A5 that I had down, because I was thinking that I was going to use it for my prayer journal, because of course it leaves off all the extra notes and colors of the Hobonichi. But I did have the Hobonichi, avec, and I just would have not been using it. So I decided to go ahead and continue finish it out for the year, as you saw, and then take this one and cut it down. Okay, and so this is what the weekly ends up looking like. This is this week. This is ends today, and I set up for next week here. And then this was just the weekly. I just do a cover page just purely for aesthetic purposes, and I love going by week opposed to just month and day. And I have a to do, and then just a page per day, and then this is going to be for next week. Again, a cover page, a space for to-dos, and just a page per day. And at first I even think about, and I've done it in half this, like in here. There's a couple of places I think that I did, like here, right? Did half because I felt like I didn't need all the space. But I'm gonna stick with this for a minute because I'm deciding to do a little bit more detail about my day, not just random things that happen, but keep track of like my morning routine, because I'm really trying to get some things done in the morning. So I want to hold myself accountable by kind of writing down, what did I use my time for this morning, because I want to use it towards working for things for my business, and then what did I do in the evening, and then work stuff that's in the middle of the day that goes in the work planner. So this is just what I've got for next week. And then I do have also in here just another, I just had this traveler's notebook, just have it in here just for notes if I needed something that I want to keep with me, whereas this will be completed. I can still put this with the next standard notebook if I want. Yeah, and that's it. There's a few folders that I just had to kind of throw in there. Just thought that was pretty, and then I put a notepad in here in case I need to rip some paper off to give somebody. I had decorated this craft folder, love that, so I left this in here also just to put maybe receipts or other papers in. So that's that. I'm trying to move it along since I'm so long-winded. And lastly is my journal. I don't know, I keep tinkering around with how it's set up, but what I did was I took this old Take a Note and set it up for my wellness, because I was separating a page into 3 spots, which I don't have that right at my fingertips, but I want to put down the sleep, what I ate, how I'm physically feeling. So, and as you can see, I have some hydrate stickers. I really am terrible with hydrating, so I'm trying to work on that. I take vitamins every day, so I want to check that off. And so yeah, this is old. I just wanted to see if it would work for like I thought it would. So I had lots of unused pages in here, so I just started using it, and I do like it so far. Yeah, I still have to do today, and what I usually write what I ate the next day. So yeah, I think that that's going to work. So I'm probably going to order another Take a Note for that. And for my business, I have the current year's Take a Note in there, but I might not use that because I already ordered the A5 Common Planner. So now that I'm going to, I didn't talk about that. I was going to use it for my prayer journal, like replace the Hobonichi, but I decided to do something else. So I'll show you that in a second. But what I did with the A5 Stalogy that I had been using as my personal planner, I love decorating it and setting it up, but I think I did have a lot of extra space. And it does, the Stalogy gets beautifully bulky, and so carrying it every day, I thought, oh, maybe I'd do something different with it. So that's what I did. I made it into my journal, and pretty much I do the same thing where I set up a weekly cover sheet, and then I just do, the day, like, oh, see, I still have to do this. And like today, even though it's Sunday and I didn't write Friday, Saturday, I had a conference that I was at, and I didn't come in here and write, I can still fill this page in, like right now today. I can just write everything that for this weekend, discussing, how I felt about the conference or whatever. So I will be doing that today before the day ends. And then I have the sheet for next week, cover page, trying to use up some of the summer stickers. And to just even things out, I just gave Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which are busier days and days that I may feel less like writing. I just did the 3 spaces here, and then as the week comes to a close, I just gave myself more space. And the weekend, especially because on Saturday and Sunday, I have more time that I can sit down and write. And I started to do the following week's cover sheet, just kind of sitting, tinkering around, but that's not finished yet. But anyway, I had this insert. Ooh, I'm gonna say Anika's Creative Closet, so I put this in there, and yeah, that's that. Oh, this is when I was using this for work, so I loved setting it up. I love putting the headers, even if I don't need them. This is really pretty. Yeah, so I do love to take a note. I see that Becky from whoops, I did it again, she's got one she's fallen in love with. I love the paper, I love the setup. It's just enough room to write for me. You don't have to go by these times if you don't want to, or you can use them. I love that little weekly overview. Yeah, it's a really nice notebook. And also, I have it inside of something. So, but I also like the way it's bound. I think I could take it out and show that it's not got the paper here. It's open. It just seems like it has more flexibility, so whereas the Stalogy, the cover just, yeah, it's just, see how the cover, after you put all these stickers in it, so you start to lose some of this because you can't get in there as tight. Although, see this space right here, I was like just going through and pushing the pages down, and it actually seemed to have made a difference because you can see that gap there. So I'm going to keep doing that and see if that helps so that I don't lose as much of the page as I get towards the back. But anyway, I have been rambling on long enough. Just wanted to share with you thoughts about all the stash, thoughts about next year. Oh, and I did say I was going to show you something different for next year. One different thing that I'm looking at for my prayer journal. Knocking things over. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to use an A5 and maybe a Stalogy. This is a full year Stalogy. I may just use this. But I was thinking of maybe trying a common notebook, because I think that paper may do me better with all the stickers that I put in it. So I'm going to see. But I'm going to use the Campus monthly notebook for where I write down the verse for the day. And then it has plenty of paper back here, and this I'll use for like power sheets. Like when there's one specific verse that I really want to make a decorative sheet about or write about, I'll put it here so that I'll always have it. Because even this morning I was thinking about something that I was listening to, and I had wrote notes from it, and then I realized it was in the other half of the VEC from the beginning of the year, so I'll have to go pull that out to look at it. So this will help me have a place to keep things that I want to keep throughout the year. So I will do this, and that's why I was saying that I will have the A5 Common Planner available to use for my no, oh, I'm not even saying it right, sorry. I will have that available to use for my business. So I'll have something, I'll have the weekly spread with the time so I can write appointments, and then I'll have a place to put notes in the back, so I won't add a Stalogy in the back of that probably, because I'll just use those daily sheets for my notes, and the weekly part I'll write down my appointments, and then I'll just use a monthly when I have different events, business events or what have you, maybe to notate when I posted a video. So because it won't be just therapeutic planning, but I'm going to be working on developing my other channel, which is Optimal State of Being, so stay tuned for that. So that is it. I have kept you long enough. I have rambled on, but the point being to use your stash. You got a lot of stuff, probably, most of us do, and you know, even though I love all the small businesses, I am a huge fan of Anika's Creative Closet, Isis Ella Jewels, and many more. I love fashion dolls. I love the florals, which means I'm a big fan of Heather's from Calico Plan, of Jessica from Live Love Posh. Love their sticker books. Long. Love Long, okay? Love them. Unfortunately, I cannot buy all of their books. And probably even if I could afford to buy them all, I shouldn't unless I'm teaching a crafting class or a planning class or something, because there's just not enough weeks in the year to use all the stickers, even though they're all so beautiful. Love them all. But use what you have. Enjoy not just the journey, but enjoy the things that you do have, and put your plans down on paper. Write it out, to work it out, so you don't stress it out, okay? Better to write it out than to stress it out. And that's why planning is therapeutic. This is Dr. J from the Therapy of Planning. Take it easy, guys. Have it all good. Bye, tribe.